Hey, what's up everybody, it's Jonathan and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at LG's Watch Urbane. Now this was just officially released here in the US, however shipping isn't expected until about mid-May. Luckily I was able to get my hands on a unit earlier from Korea. So a big thanks to Super Cosmos for sending this out to me early. If you guys want to hit up their eBay store, the link is in the description below and you should be able to get an Urbane early for yourself. So as far as specs goes, you're looking at the same exact specs as the G Watch R, which is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor clocked at 1.2 GHz, 512 MB of RAM, and 4 GB of onboard storage with a 410 mAh battery, and it's running the latest version of Android Wear, which is 5.1.1. When it comes to the display, you're looking at a 1.3-inch display, which is a round OLED display with a resolution of 320 by 320 and a PPI of 245. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack open the box and cut the tape here and pull the top off. So a quick comment on the packaging, it is very simple and I didn't have the pleasure of experiencing the G Watch R, so I don't know the difference in the packaging, but I know the Urbane is very simplistic. The very first thing you're greeted with is the Watch Urbane. We'll go ahead and set it to the side, take a closer look at it in just a minute. Now underneath the watch are 3 more separate boxes, and inside the first box is a micro USB to standard USB charging cable, and then of course you get the charging cradle. Now like I said, I never got the chance to experience the G Watch R, so I'm guessing all the accessories are the same, but since this is all new to me and it might be new to you, I'm going to go ahead and unbox everything just to show you. Now here's a quick look at the charging cradle. You can see it's nothing fancy and it features a micro USB plug on one side. Inside the next box you get your wall wart, and depending on your location depends on the variation that you get. In the final box you're going to get your quick start guide or your basic literature that you get with almost every device. Nothing fancy, but if you need it, it's there. Now just a heads up, you have several pieces of protective plastic all around the watch, and starting with the left hand side we'll go ahead and remove that piece of plastic. Going up to the top we'll remove that one, and then of course the one on the right hand side, and then finally the one on the bottom. Once all those are taken off, your watch is free to use, or you can leave them on if you want to. So a quick tour around the watch, starting with the front. You can see it does have some nice thick bezels, but it features a complete circular design and of course that 1.3-inch display, and it looks gorgeous. It looks more like a real watch rather than a piece of tech. You can also see the button on the side that comes with all Android Wear devices. On the left hand side you're going to find absolutely nothing except some more gorgeous stainless steel. Now on the bottom of the watch you're going to find 2 little holes, and those are actually microphones, so this is how it's going to pick up your voice when you're doing voice actions and voice commands using Google Now. On the back of the watch you're going to find your heart rate monitor and then 5 little dots on the left hand side, and that's actually how it clips to the cradle in order to charge it, and yes, everything is magnetic. The Urbane comes in the silver model with a black band that you see here, or you can get it in a rose gold finish with a brown band. Even though it is authentic leather, I have to say this is the most uncomfortable leather strap I have used on any watch. It's extremely stiff and I definitely don't like it, and I'm going to show you guys later in the video how you can swap this out and put a steel band on there. So let's go ahead and head inside and connect this thing up with your compatible Android device. Now on your welcome screen you're going to swipe to the left, pick the appropriate language, and then it asks you to connect to a power source. Go ahead and connect the LG charging cradle, and then we're ready for the next step. Swiping to the left tells you that we need to pair the watch with your phone. Swiping to the left one more time tells you that you need to download the Android Wear app in order to do so. Once it's downloaded, it puts your watch into Bluetooth pairing mode. Go ahead and launch the Android Wear app on your phone, locate your watch, click on it, and then it will begin pairing. A little message will pop up on your display. Go ahead and tap OK, and then your watch should be paired with your phone. Now comes the painful process, and that is syncing, and it takes a long time to finish syncing it with your phone. It took me about 35 minutes to complete everything. Once it's done, you can see it's your typical Android Wear software using cards for notification. Swiping up lets you see those cards, swiping to the right lets you dismiss them. Anything that you know about Android Wear continues with this version of Android Wear. However, LG has incorporated tons of different watch faces and they look stunning on the display and just the overall design of the Urbane. One of the ones that I found that was kind of cool and interesting was the moon phase watch face, and as you can see it shows you the different phases of the moon, and it's just an overall cool watch face. And then it also has a really cool standby face, and all the watch faces do also feature a standby face. To access it, all you have to do is take your hand and cover the watch face, and then it will actually put it in standby mode. Now this is great for the people that have the always on setting turned on your watch, and it just consumes less power while still giving you a visible watch face. Now you can access all of your watch faces and your apps from your phone at any given time. All you have to do is load up the Android Wear app and then all of your stuff is laid out right there. One of the really cool features with Android Wear 5.1.1 is the ability to use wrist gestures to access your notification cards and scroll through them. So you no longer have to use your finger on your display, you can actually just move your wrist in a fast motion up or down to scroll through your notification cards. Here's the Moto 360 compared to the Watch Urbane, and you can see the 360 does feature a bigger display and thinner bezels, but the Watch Urbane just looks much more classier and it looks much more like a real watch. From the side here, you can see the 360 is a little bit thicker, and I think that's due to that bezeled display, but again, the Urbane just looks way better. On the wrist, the Moto 360 is significantly lighter than the Watch Urbane, and that's to be expected considering the Urbane features much more stainless steel. But traditional watches have a bit of heft to them, and that's honestly what the Urbane reminds me of. Let me know in the comment section which watch you guys prefer. So as you can see, I have a stainless steel band on my Urbane, and now I'm going to show you guys how you can do the same thing to your watch. And all you need is 3 different tools. You don't need the screwdriver and that blue tool on the right because they're both about the same. However, the blue tool is specifically designed to remove the pins from the watch. And then of course you need the link bracelet, and then you need the watch itself. So go ahead and use your pin removal tool or your screwdriver and pop out the pin like you see done in the clip. Once that is done, remove the strap and do the same thing for the other side. Removing the pin from the actual strap itself can be a bit of a pain, so I tend to take a hard surface and push the pin as much as I can through the hole, and then take my fingertips and pull it out the remainder of the way. Again, it is a very tight fit and it can be a slight pain. Now go ahead and thread that pin through the stainless steel band. You'll know exactly where to thread it because it's actually a small little hole at the end of the band. And then you're going to notice 2 little cuts in the actual metal band, and you're going to want to make sure those are facing towards you because that's where you're going to stick the pin removal tool or your screwdriver in order to pop the pin into place. I apologize for the focusing issue. I thought I was in manual focus or I had my focus locked. However, obviously I was not. Just make sure you take your time and follow exactly what you see in the clip. Otherwise the pin can shoot out and hit you in the face, because it did me a couple times, or you can actually scratch your watch face itself. So make sure you take your time and pop everything into place, and once it's there, proceed to the other side and do the exact same thing. Once it's on, you can see you have a beautiful LG Watch Urbane, and you got rid of that annoying stiff cardboard leather strap, and this just looks way more premium, and you don't have to wait for LG to release their own steel band. You can pick up one from an aftermarket dealer and it will work just fine, and it's actually a traditional watch band. The LG Watch Urbane retails for $350, and I know that sounds steep, but honestly, Apple would charge a hefty $1,000 easily for a watch of this caliber, and people seem to pay that with no problem. So I definitely recommend this watch if you're on an Android device. And even though Android Wear can seem a bit limited at times, there are several aftermarket apps that you can get to improve the functionality, and Android Wear has come a long way since its first launch. At the time of this video, and of course at the time of release, this is the best looking Android Wear watch on the market, and I definitely give it a 2 thumbs up, and if you want one, definitely get one if you're thinking about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Let me know why in the comment section. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Follow me on all my social media connections, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.